I feel like life is laughing at me because I'm like, okay, I'm gonna figure out who I am and what my purpose is beyond being a caregiver. But then things happen, like Kyle's blood counts drop back below a healthy range. And then this morning we're sitting for tea and he gets up to vomit, which Kyle doesn't vomit. Just not his way of handling cancer, and his vision is just getting worse, and his surgery for cataracts isn't happening for a couple of weeks, and I just can't help but laugh because it's like, no, this is where you're meant to be. You are meant to be in this place right now. I met with a hypnotherapist yesterday and she's like, you're in the underworld. You're in this underworld, and in the underworld you decompose and things are being composted, and yeah, I feel like I'm constantly being composted. Like it's just churning, more dirt being piled, and it would be nice to have like a break from all of it sometimes. It definitely would be nice to have a break. And it's really hard for me to not feel like when things aren't going right, like, what did I do wrong? How could I be a better caregiver? Where was this my fault? And it's not my fault. It's not my body also, which is like such a mind trip. And like releasing that control and having to just surrender to the fear and the worry and the frustration of things just not going how you hope. Being a human is truly one of the wildest experiences. Being a human, choosing to live and love with your heart cracked wide open when things are not ideal. Like I chose to continue to love even though I knew that the path was not going to be smooth. And in that I have lots of gratitude because, man, the depth to be human is wild. So I'm doing what I can do. I'm gonna eat my breakfast because that's what I can do right now. And I really wanted peanut butter and honey. Is it the healthiest? No. But my stressed out, anxious, overwhelmed little heart wanted this, so I feel like that's honoring who I am. Today didn't go how I anticipated. Kyle got sick and I didn't know how to move forward. I didn't know if he was gonna keep getting sick, and I had plans to see a friend, which I rarely have plans to see anyone, and I ended up canceling them because it just didn't feel right to leave him. And it's just the reality of our life is that things don't always go as you plan. After Kyle got sick, he had gone back to bed, and in that time I had canceled these plans. And when he woke up, he was like, okay, what time are you leaving? I was like, oh, I ended up canceling. And he got so sad. It was like, I really hate that you're putting your life on hold. And I hate when he says that, even though that's a strong word, but I really do hate when he says that because I don't feel like my life is on hold. And I don't think we can pause our life. But it made me realize that the life that I had before is no longer, and I have to learn how to be both. It's not I'm a caregiver or I'm this other version of myself. It's how am I a caregiver and I get to do all of these things that nourish me beyond that. And for the last however long it's been I'm solely the caregiver. And that is a big reframe. How do I learn to hold both? How do I learn how to move through all of the moments being both, and that I can be a multi-hyphenate person like so many are? And I haven't known how to be both. But one day I will. Or I won't. Life is so precious, and I look around and see all of the fresh new buds, and it just shows me that like I can bud again. That I might be in this composting phase, but from that compost it creates so many nutrients so that life can flourish. And I'm just making all of those nutrients so that I can bloom into the brightest, boldest, biggest flower.